Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rakakodash, and as always, giving double honors unto the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that taught us this truth through the will of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. Shalom, peace goes unto the sincere brothers and prophets that is pushing out the gospel throughout the four corners of the world. Shalom. And our peace and blessing goes to the elect, the house of David, those that the Lord is going to give salvation to in these last days, which is made up of y'all so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, and scattered Israelites amongst the other nations, which look like the other nations, but according to their bloodline, they go back to the descendants of the house of Israel. And Shalom goes to the sisters that's trying their best. It's becoming humble and taking heed unto the words of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah in these last days. Shalom. Now the title of this lesson will be Mr. Can't Get Right. Alright? Mr. Can't Get Right. His hatred towards his brother. Alright, now if you know what I'm going to get into. Alright, I'm just going to speak on Esau, Edom. Alright, but the topic of this lesson will be Mr. Can't Get Right, which I always label him as being Mr. Can't Get Right because he's the wicked. Okay, he just can't get right with the Lord. Being said, he was created to be the wicked. Alright, there's no upright in him. He can't be righteous. Alright, so once again, he's Mr. Can't Get Right. But the topic of this lesson will be his hatred towards his brother, alright, which is Jacob. Okay, because let me just pull it out. When you go into the book of Genesis 25, alright, going into the origin of Esau, Edom, which is the so-called white man. Okay, alright, that he is the evil twin, that he was the evil twin of Jacob, so let me just bring this out. Alright, this is Genesis 25 and 22, and it says, and the children struggle together within her, and she said, if it be so, why am I thous? And she went to inquire of the Lord. And the Lord said unto her, two nations are in thy womb, and two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. All right, so the Lord had to let Rebecca know that two nations was gonna be in her womb. All right, two separate people, man. Okay, so this is how we know that this when you read this story, okay, this history, that is very important. Okay, because out of these two nations, all right, so like out of these two babies, it will be two great nations that will come out. Okay, you have the righteous nation and you got the wicked nation, which is Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. All right, and it says, and the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. All right, because Esau came out, and he is known as the elder, and the younger is Jacob. And it says, and when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. All right, now these wasn't no, identical twins, but fraternal twins. All right, they was both totally different. And it says, and the first came out red all over like an hairy garment, and they call his name Esau. All right, which Esau just means wasted away. And it says, and after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel. All right, now this is metaphorically speaking that Esau will be taking down Salakia, that Jacob is going to be taking down Esau's rulership. All right, in the future events and in future prophecy, which we're living in right now. Okay, So once again, verse 26, and after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 3 years old when she bare them. All right, so now we know once again the origin of Esau Edom. Mr. Can get right. Okay, that he is the fraternal twin of Jacob. All right, he's the evil twin of Jacob. You know, which I mean, if you have been watching my videos concerning Mr. Can get right, you know, I always bring this out, man. Okay, but it's good to bring this out because it's important to you to know who these people are. Okay, you can't live in a world where you can't live in the matrix, man. All right, when you are constantly deceived all the time, you gonna have to wake up to this truth, man. You know that Esau is the so-called white man. All right, and you gotta understand why so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans has been struggling and had to deal with the fact that hatred that the white man has towards the nation of Jacob. All right, and in the world that we live in, all right, you know, towards the so-called black man. All right, because there's more records concerning the nation of Israel, but to be exact, concerning the tribe of Judah. You know, you got slavery. Okay, 1619 slavery. All right. Then you have the civil rights movement. All right, you got all these events that happen just here in America, United States of America, concerning the tribe of Judah and the nation of Esau Edom. Okay, and once again, we can never forget about the fact that Esau conquered his land by stealing it by the Native Americans, man. All right, by the genocide of the Native Americans, which those are Israelites. That's the tribe of Gad, and that's the tribe of Reuben. You know, and you can't always forget about the fact. So like you can't forget about the fact that in 1492, Christopher Columbus conquered. All right, with all European settlements, they came over here and they conquered the whole continent, all the 3 continents of America. You know, all right. So they end up conquering the whole nation of Israel. All right, but why? You know, why did all these events happen? Okay, it's because of Esau having that hatred towards the nation of Israel. Okay, but let me open up with the book of Psalms, chapter 50, and verse 20, and it says, "Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother." Yeah, and we know that that's Esau, man. Okay, and then it says, "Thou slanderest thy own mother's son." All right, and this is talking about Esau. Okay, because another title that Esau has is being the devil. All right, which the devil just means to be a deceitful and slanderous. Okay, and this devil's always accusing the Israelites. As they being the innocent, and Israel being the problem of the earth. Okay, especially in the society that we live in. All right, which this society is white supremacy. Okay, so we are the nation of Israel. Blacks, so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, we are labeled as a terrible people. All right, and that so-called white people, which are the Edomites, okay, the wicked of the earth, All right, the wicked, the wicked. All right, just like in the book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24, it says that the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. So that's talking about Esau, Edom. So he's that false accuser. He's that false judge. You know, that accuses the nation of Israel. All right, so he is the devil. You know, but they are being they had labeled themselves and they are portraying themselves as being the innocent, the righteous, or is being pure, you know, or being the saviors of the world. All right, but it's the other way around. Okay, you know. Now that being said, let me go to the book of Revelations, chapter 12, and in verse 9 it says, "And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent, called the devil and Satan." All right, now that great dragon is talking about it's talking about Rome. All right, which this is Rome all over again. Okay, this is Rome 2.0. All right, and this is an extension of the Rome Empire. Okay, you know, just like when you look into how ancient Rome used to rule, they used to rule with a Senate house. You know, well, this powerhouse, you know, America to be exact, they rule in a Senate house with a Senate house. All right, so-called being for the people. You know, so it says, "And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent, called the devil and Satan." All right, now let me look up this word devil. This word devil goes back to a Greek word, diablos. All right, diablos.
Strong's G1228. Diabolos. Diabolos.
All right, so the diablos, and it says definition to it. It says prone to slander, slanderous, accusing falsely. All right, so that's Esau for you, man. And another title that he has is the hypocrite nation. These are some very hypocrite people, man. Once again, they're accusing everyone else but themselves, as everyone being the bad guy, and they're the pure and righteous or innocent people, man. So it says pure unto slander, slanderous, accusing falsely. It says a calumniator, false accuser, slanderous. All right, so it just means to be slanderous, man. Now it says down here, it says metaphorically applies to a man who, by opposing the cause of the Most High, may be said to act the part of the devil or to side with him. All right, and you know, a diablo is just to be a deceiver, you know, to deceive, and you know, all right, doing the opposite of being the adversary of the Lord, doing the opposite of the Lord, opposing the cause of the Most High. All right, you know, and that's Esau for you, man. So it says, "And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent, called the devil and Satan." All right, now let's look up this other word, Satan. All right, now there's a reason why I'm bringing these I'm trying to break down these words, man. Okay, because you gotta have an understanding of the scriptures. All right, understanding of certain words, so you can properly understand what the Bible is talking about. You know, because a lot of people have a problem when you call somebody the devil or you call somebody Satan. You know, there's nothing but words, man. All right, because you once again going into this world, all right, and going into Christianity to be exact, they teaching you that the devil or Satan is, you know, is a nigga that's on the earth and hell, and that he'll be poking you with a a pitchfork. You know what I mean? Which just falls, right? Okay. You know. So yes, you do have Satan, spiritual Satan that goes around the world deceiving people, get into people's minds so they can do some bug out shit. Yes, you do have Satan, spiritual Satan, right? You know, deceiving people and so on and so forth. But the Lord has given Esau, Edom, the title of the devil and Satan because of his actions. You know what I mean? So it says this is the word Satan, which is Satanas.
Strong's G 4567. Satanas. Satanas. Thayer's lexicon. Satan. Satan.
So Satanas, which is adversary. You know, just simple as that, straight to the point, right? And it says one who opposes another in purpose or propose. So like in a Salakia. One who opposes another in a purpose or act, the name given to the prince of evil spirits, the inveterate adversary of the Most High and Hamashiach. Alright, so once again, Satan just means to be the adversary. You know, the adversary of the Most High. Alright, just being wicked. That's why he has a title as being the wicked. Okay? Yes, you have wickedness throughout the whole world. You know, 2/3 of our people constantly commit wickedness. Alright? We commit wickedness. We still breaking the laws, statutes, and commandments. Alright? You know? Wickedness is throughout the whole world, but you have the wicked. Alright, and that group of people is the Edomites. Alright? And another name that's given unto them is Satan and the devil. So it says he incites apostasy from the Most High and to sin, circumventing man by his wiles. All right, you know, using trickery against the people. All right, in the case of the nation of Israel, man, you know, causing us to always commit sin, to always go against the Lord. You know, as before we knew that we was Israelites, we was known as Gentiles because we was in a Gentile state of mind. You know, believing that we was blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, and going by the bywords and proverbs and you know, names of this world. Okay, before we came to the truth, you know, we are known as born sinners, man. All right, but it's because of us living in America. You know, us being deceived by us being deceived by the deceiver. All right, by the devil, man, Esau, Edom. You know, so this devil's always going against us. All right, through the media. Okay, you know, causing us to eat abominable food. You know, food that is forbidden. Okay. So this devil's always using trickery against us, man. So it says circumventing man by his wiles. And it says the worshippers of idols are said to be under his control. You know, and then another thing is, all right, this whole system, man. This whole the American dream, the whole American lifestyle, all right, you know, is just set up to destroy the nation of Israel. The Israelite man, to be exact, all right? Most of our people are out here, you know, worshiping different idols, man, that was set up by this devil, man, you know? And it says, by his demons, he is able to take possession of man and inflict them with diseases. All right. You know, especially, you know, another thing is that this devil is feeding us these GMOs, man, which is destroying our bodies, man. Okay. You know, and it says, by the Most High assistance, He is overcome, but eventually the Lord is going to destroy this devil. All right, by the coming of our Lord Yahweh Shah and his angels. And another thing is, this truth is destroying him. Okay, us waking up to the fact that we're the Israelites and that he is the devil and that he's being confounded in these last days is hurting Esau Edom. You know, so it says, on Hamashiach's return from heaven, he will be bound with chains for 1,000 years, but when 1,000 years are finished, he will walk the earth in yet greater power. And that happened during the time of the Dark Age. Esau Edom fell, okay, but he came back into rulership during the time of the Renaissance. All right, and right now he has power over the whole world. Okay, you know, but then it says, but surely at the will be given over to eternal punishment. All right, because after he goes down, after his rulership goes down, he's gonna go into slavery, man. All right, and he's not gonna come up no more, man. Okay, he's gonna go into slavery. Then he's gonna perish out of the face of the earth. All right, like his own dung, like his own shit. All right, like he never existed. You know, like he was nothing but a dream. Then it says down here, a Satan like man. All right, so this is how we know that Satan can be a nickname to be, you know, in like a words, right? Satan is just a title for people, man. Okay. So it says, Revelations chapter 12 verse 9, it says, and the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceived the whole world. Okay. He was cast out into earth, and his angel were cast out with him. I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength, and the king in the kingdom of our power, and the power of his anointed. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accuses them before our power day and night. And that's Esau for you, man. Okay, always, like I said, always finding ways to accuse us, and always finding ways to destroy us. And another thing, all right, these different laws that he always set up, okay, you know, here in America, man, all these laws is always set up, okay, trying to, you know, put criminals in the prison houses, filling up these prison houses. You know, I'm just giving out examples, right? All right. You know, because it's all set up to destroy the Israelite man. And another thing is, when you get out of prison, you know, you got a record. You can't, you know, it's hard for you to get a job, man. It's hard for you to get back on your feet. All right. You know, which leads to suicide, or going right back into the penthouse, man. You know. And another thing is, whenever you gotta, you know, whenever you gotta go and face the judge, you gotta go to court. Esau Edom has you swearing on the Bible, which that's going off. Okay, you ain't supposed to swear on the Bible, man. You know, so this devil is always accusing the nation of Israel as being the ones that they're the ones that's doing, that they're the problem. Okay, labeling so-called Latinos as being rapists, you know, drug dealers, and so on and so forth. All right, you know. So hey, man, you know, you can go on and bring out so many examples just to prove that he is the devil, man. Okay, and that he shows his hatred. All right, that there's hatred between the nation of Israel and the nation of Esau. But verse 11, it says, and they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of his testimony, and they loved not their life unto death. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knows that he has but a short time. And then the time that we're coming into, all right, the time we're coming into, you're going to truly see this devil's horns, man. Okay? You're going to truly see his horns come out. You know, especially with that new law that they trying to bring to effect over there in Illinois. Okay, which is going, you know, pretty much what they trying to bring is a purge, man. You see what I'm saying? Allowing certain things to happen. You know. All right, which is gonna cause a purge in the United States of America. All right, so they can give them a reason to bring in that new world order. Okay, you see, meaning it's gonna be a lot of military troops on the streets. Okay, because you know how these people, because if you look into the people here in the United States of America, they has been programmed to be wicked as hell and evil. All right, at the point that they're gonna start showing their ass, man. You see what I'm saying? Killing each other and so on and so forth. Okay. And now verse 13 it says, and when the devil saw that he was cast unto the earth, he persecuted the woman which brought forth the man child. All right, and that woman is going into the nation of Israel. So, like I said, you're gonna see the horns of this devil come out. Okay, you're gonna see that he really is the devil according to the scriptures, and that he always had that hatred towards the nation of Israel. All right. And now it says, he persecuted the woman which brought forth the man child. And that man child is our Lord Yahushua. Okay? You know? But, let me see. Yeah. Let me go to the book of Genesis chapter 27. The whole point why I was making this lesson was because there's a reason why Esau has that hatred towards Jacob. And it all goes back to our forefather Jacob taking his blessing. You know, he took Edom's blessing. And because Jacob ended up receiving the blessing, Esau was mad, you know. But it was all set up through the Spirit. When you read this chapter right here, all right, this is a beautiful chapter going into the fact that Esau has that hatred towards Jacob. Okay, you know, it's beautiful to know. All right, but this is Genesis chapter 27, and at verse 41 it says, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. Okay? And that hatred has never left. Esau still hates Jacob. And it shows through history. Okay? You know? And I mean, you can just, try to have a conversation with these Edomites. A proper conversation with an Edomite. You know, you're going to see the hatred towards, you know, through their blue eyes, man. You see what I'm saying? All right. But like I said, you know that these devils still hate you. All right. You know the history. Okay. You know all the things that they have done in the past. All right. So what is new now? There's nothing new, man. There's nothing new under the sun. Okay? These devils are still going to show them horns, man. You know? So it says, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. And that's exactly what he have done during the time of the Grecians, during the time of the Roman. All right, you know, with Alexander the Great coming into rulership. All right, during the time of the Hellenistic era. You know, a lot of our people started going on after the ways of the Grecians. All right, and then you have the Roman Empire coming into rulership. Our people was we were under captivity under the Romans rulership, and then you have the 70 A.D. You know, the 70 A.D. Jerusalem siege. All right, you know, and then until now, okay, us being under the captivity of the United States of America, man, and us suffering, okay, you know, and the reason why we suffering, the reason why our people are all bugged out is because of Esau, Edom. And it says, verse 42, and these words of Esau, her elder son, was told to Rebekah, and she said, she sent and called Jacob her younger son, and said unto him, Behold, thy brother Esau, as touching thee, does comfort himself, proposing to kill thee. Okay? You know? And that's exactly what this damn devil has been doing since then. You know? But you know, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying as well as uplifting. All right, you know, this was just another lesson concerning all right, Mr. King get right, okay, the hatred towards his brother Jacob. All right, but with that, I'm gonna say shalom.